Hey, this is Spanner from the Spanner and Rig Show. We're here on our podcast. We got an excellent podcast this week. It is all high school section this week, and we've got two unbelievable ladies from the Minot High undefeated soccer team. One going to Mary and one going to Minot. That'll be interesting. And we got the state champion Peyton Bartsch from the Minot High swim team and golf team. Here we go. Hey, this is the high school segment for the Spanner and Rig Show, and we have Morgan Perrin and MaLiah Burke, best friends since birth, but soon to be mortal enemies. But we're not going to be mortal enemies for another month now. You guys play for Minot High girls soccer, and you guys are currently undefeated, defending state champions, and if I'm not incorrect, you haven't lost a game since the state championship of 2019. Is that correct?
Yep, 23 games.
So if you can complete the sweep this year, you'll be 3 years undefeated. That's pretty cool. You guys just knocked off Mandan, and that they were your opponent in the WDA final last year. You have BHS looming, I guess, but they've been clipped by Jamestown recently, so you're starting to stretch away from this thing again. Tell us a little bit about how the season's going.
I think it's going pretty good so far. We have pretty much the same team as we had last year, except for we lost 3 other seniors. And so I think our team just has really good chemistry together. So I think that's what helps us a lot.
You guys have all Century tonight, right? They kind of parked the bus on you last time, putting 10 people in front of the goal. What's the game plan for this one?
Just to combine around them, I guess, and take shots from distance. Kind of what we worked on yesterday.
Well, that's pretty good. So you guys have been playing a lot of years. I heard you guys had like a crazy coach when you were youth. Tell us some of the places you've been. I know since I was there, you've been to Chicago and all over the country, Kansas City, St. Louis, Arizona, maybe, right? I think I was with you guys in Arizona.
Yep.
Where else have you guys been?
Vegas.
We've been there like twice.
Yeah,
Right?
and then we've been to Blaine a few times, and yeah.
Pretty good. So you signed at we have a group of seniors signed at Mary, Moorhead, Minot, Jamestown, all over the place, right? So pretty good group. You guys have been together a long time. But I seem to remember me beating your whole team by myself in a game. I still think that could happen today. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think no matter what happens, we'd still beat you in cornhole. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's a common theme on this show. Multiple people have beat me in cornhole for some reason. I don't know that I'll ever beat you guys in cornhole, but yeah. So MaLiah, you are the returning, reigning North Dakota Gatorade Player of the Year, and you are going to the University of Mary. Tell us a little bit about that. You signed with Mary. Talk to me. Why'd you choose Mary?
I chose Mary because it's close enough to home, but not at home. And when I went there, I just really liked the team, like what they have going. So yeah, that's the main reason I picked there. And I really thought I'm majoring in biology, and I thought they had a pretty good program there for that too.
So you're going to play for Sarah Cook and Logan Christensen. Are you excited about that? Tell us about those guys.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think they're both really great coaches, and I think that I'll learn a lot from them.
Morgan, you're going to go play for the mighty Beavers. You're undefeated this year. You scored must have been a 48-yard rip in the state championship game last year. That was probably the goal of the year from what I could tell. So You chose Minot State Beavers. You're going to play for Chris Clements. Tell us about that. Why you choose Minot?
Well, I've been here my whole life and I really like Minot. And I really like how Chris prioritizes academics and soccer. So I think I'll get that good balance with both. And I really like the team and yeah.
It's pretty cool. Minot State, you know, you play in that the stadium there. They got the suites going on. So my daughter was coached by Chris, and she loved him. She came home, Dad, he's just like you. So I thought that was fun. She had a great experience. So we got the state tournament like first week of June-ish, right? So it looks like you're about to clinch a spot in that very soon, because once you're 1-2 in the WDA, you don't got to play in anymore, right? Is that correct?
Right.
So you just play for the WDA title, then you go to the state tournament as a 1 or 2 seed,
Yep.
depending on how you do in that game. And then the state tournament will end the next day. Is that it? I mean, was that when you guys become mortal enemies, or will you guys start a new trend of Minot, you know, Beaver Marauder rivalry, where hey, we're like friends, we're travel partners, and you guys are going to exchange notes on Concordia and Mankato, or is it going to be cutthroat the day after the state championship game, or are you going to wait till the fall? How's that going to go? When do you guys start hating each other, or will that never happen? Tell me how that's going to go.
I don't think we'll ever start hating each other. I think so. We'll have each other throughout the summer, and when we play a soccer game, we'll have to play each other then, I guess. But besides that,
Completely just 100% joking with that question. You guys have been best friends forever. So hopefully you guys start a new trend. You know, you'll call each other on Friday night and say, hey, Upper Iowa does this and Winona does that. You got to watch for this. And, you know, but I'm going to ask you, Morgan, if MaLiah gets free, how scared are you if the game is 1-1 and she's 1-on-1 with the goalie?
Very scared. Yeah, very scared.
MaLiah, if Morgan's lining up for a 30-yard free kick and the score's 0-0 in overtime, are you worried she's going to rip that into the upper V like she did in the state championship game?
yeah, it's gonna go right to the upper right-hand corner, and it'll I'll have to tell the goalie to get ready.
Are you going to tell the goalie? You know, are you guys going to tell your teammates each other's tricks or what?
Or you shoot a PK.
You know, I have a funny story. So the very first time we played Mary when I was coaching Minot, we were an inaugural team, and it was late in the game, under a minute to go, and they got a breakaway, and our goalie came out. The girl pushed the ball around our goalie. Our goalie took the player down in the box, so it was a penalty kick. And they had this All-American on their team named Jen Curl, and she walks up to take the kick. And, man, she was a stud, left footer, you know, and Alex Bachman-Williams, who played for Minot High, was a freshman, walked up and goes, I want to take this kick because it's against Minot High. And Alex Bachman-Williams was really, really amazing player. So she steps up to take the kick, and I was sitting there, and this, you know, a little, you know, the drama, we're waiting for this kick, and it hit me. Her best friend's my babysitter. So I looked up in the stands, and I'm looking around, and I said, Emmy, which way? And she points. And so the goalie played high school for me and junior college for me, came here with me. So I always would guess which way and she would dive the way. So I point this way, she dives and saves the penalty kick. So it was kind of a funny story. You know, what's really interesting is my babysitter, who I thought was a lock to come play for me at Minot, went to Mary. Years later, she goes to Mary. But tell me this, Minot, can they defend their state championship?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we if we keep playing as a team, we have a really good shot.
You beat Shanley. Have you seen Davies?
Nope, we haven't seen Davy since the state championship game last year.
Is Davies the big bad bear looming, or who do you expect to come out of the East?
I think a few teams have a good shot. I think it'll be between Davy, Shanley, and maybe Cheyenne. So
When you guys played Shanley, did you guys play full strength? Did they play full strength? Were we showing stuff that day or what?
yeah, we had the ball way more than they had it. We had it on our offensive half a lot more, I would say.
Yeah.
And during that game, it just came down to we needed to like find corners and to shoot instead of just kicking it. But I think we've gotten better at that.
So your crew, since all the way back to when I was coaching them, from like 11 to 14, you guys have when you're full strength, when they don't split you guys up. When was the last time you guys lost a game in North Dakota in the travel soccer? Has it been since 10 years old, or I mean, when was the last time you guys lost to a North Dakota team?
I don't even know.
I think it's been a while. It's been a while.
I just remember we swept 11s, 12s, and 13s. I know in 14s you guys got split in half a lot because the older group didn't have enough players, and I can't remember when you guys were 10 if you guys lost any games or not. I know we lost to a South Dakota team when you guys were 10, and I remember we lost in a shootout, right? In Aberdeen, I think, when it got rained out and we had to do shootouts for all the games. But
Yeah.
that's the last time I remember you guys losing. So you guys are one of the most dominant teams in the state. If you guys sweep this out, you'll be pushing to the next Minot dynasty. It's pretty awesome that you guys came on the show. I really appreciate it. What else you guys want to tell the state? You guys want to tell anyone? Tell us anything? What's going on? Tell us something about you guys this summer. What are you guys going to do? Other than lose to Spainer and Cornhole on 4th of July. Anything else?
I want to spend this last summer kind of like before I go to college, just being with the friends that I've had my whole life. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna work and hang out with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
How hard are we going to train this summer? Got Northern Sun coming up in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the 2 mile to train for, deep test. We've got things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever practiced the Cooper test, the 2 mile?
Yeah, we did one day at practice last year at club practice. Yeah.
What were you guys' times?
I got the under 12.
I think I was gone that day.
It's a good day to be gone. If I remember correctly as an athlete, it's a very good day to be gone. Well, hey, thanks for coming on, guys. I can't wait to watch you guys play at the state tournament. I've seen you guys play a couple times already this year, and I definitely can't wait for the Minot Mary matchup this fall. Is it? It used to be early season, then it went back to the last game of the season, and then it went back to an early game season. I don't know if that was for COVID. Is it the last game of the season again, or is it the first game of the season again? Which one is it? Do you know?
Yeah, it might be the last, but I'm pretty sure we might play each other at the beginning of the year.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Wow. That game would not have happened twice when I was there, but I tend to bring out the rivalry in people a little bit. So I've been once told I'm the worst person to lose to, but the funnest person to beat. Since you guys have done both, is that true?
Yep.
Very true.
Yep.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming on, guys. Don't be late for class.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we're here at the high school segment. We got a very special guest. We got Mr. Peyton Bartsch. How we doing today, bud?
Great. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. You know, his one of his looks like his swim meets. Matt Bowen works in our office. He's got the frosted tips here. Tell us a little bit about that. Is that just a swimming tradition? I feel like that happens every year.
Yeah, for sure. It's a tradition that started 30, 40 years ago. For the WDA conference meet, we all bleach our hair and then we shave it for the state meet.
Wow. That's a Minot tradition, or is that a general swimming tradition?
Yeah, no, that's a Minot High School tradition that we've had for a while.
Wow, that's a long time.
I mean, that was back. You must have used hardcore bleach back in the day. Now at least you can probably get some color in there, I would assume.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, Minot High has been a swimming, dynasty powerhouse
Soper,
for
holy buckets.
forever,
Soper,
right?
Yeah.
So tell us about the program, and that can't be built just with the varsity swimmers. Tell us how it's built from the ground up.
Yeah, again, so we have a lot of the high school kids helping out with kids of all ages, hoping to grow the love for the sport. And then we have a really great coaching staff in Coach Disher and Soper, it's not their first rodeo. They've been here for plenty of years, and it definitely helps because they're really good at building a culture and they really know what to do every year.
You know, so the biggest obviously news in terms of how swimming is going to be is obviously the addition of another high school and then obviously a new aquatic center. And I'm sure my little girl's been in that high school one. You've swam in it. I think I timed him at one of the meets. He was doing that was club. I think one of the first ones that goes, but it's got to be pretty exciting for the city to have a bigger aquatic center and more than just like the 25-yard pool that's at the Minot High, to have I think the plan to have at least a 50-meter one. But Peyton, tell us what that's got to be like for the swimming community to have another aquatic center and just more room for the sport to grow.
Yeah, no, it's really great for the community as a whole. It helps with the swim program, definitely. We see cities like Bismarck and West Fargo, they built the brand new 50-meter pool, and in the next 5 to 10 years, they saw a giant jump in swimming success, because when you build a new facility like that, a lot of younger kids start joining the sport so they can see what the facility's like, and a lot of them end up sticking with it, and it helps a lot. And then with a facility like that, you could potentially host a state meet, which helps out a lot with the local businesses and stuff like that when you bring people into town.
Absolutely.
So we're golfing now. You're the number one golfer for Minot High. How far can you go, and how far can Minot High go this spring in golf?
We had a pretty good season last year, and we really only lost 2 varsity golfers. So we have 4 varsity returning athletes, and it's going to be really exciting to see where we're able to go this season. There's a lot of tough competition out in the West, and there definitely is in the East. So it'll be nice to see how we can compete with those other teams.
So on the swimming side, I know I've seen you do a couple different types of events, and I've learned a lot with the little girl who's in swimming. But is there a certain event that you like the best? I mean, I know you're into the relays as well and some of the individual stuff, but is there a favorite event that you were able to do?
Yeah, I've been a backstroker since I started about 10 years ago. So that's kind of always been my favorite to do that stroke. And in high school, the only backstroke event is the 100 backstroke. So that was my favorite event throughout the high school career.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on college? Are you going to try to play either sport in college?
Yeah, I've got offers to. I actually play football. I was the kicker last year.
Yeah.
And I got offered to play football and swimming, but I just accepted a position at Northern Arizona as a team photographer for the athletics program. So I'll be doing that next year.
Wowzers. Holy cow.
That's cool.
That is very cool. You know, I was thought you were destined to, take over the family empire, and, the old Subway sandwich deal. I thought that was a big part of it. Maybe you can convince your old man to take some more maybe photos and local stuff that goes with it. But that's pretty cool. What led you down there? Like, that's kind of seals out of left field. Was there just something you were able to go down there and visit the school, or what kind of led you down there?
Yeah, so a few years ago, my friend Oscar Holtz and we began taking pictures at some local sports events, and it kind of really blossomed into us both growing a photography business. And then I started looking into some schools and emailing athletic directors and see what positions they have available. And it just so happened Northern Arizona had positions open next year for student photographers.
NAU. That is
Yeah.
a pretty cool school right there. You should be real happy with that. And that's the climate up there is like that swings a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. They're at 7,000 feet, I believe. So it's a lot of altitude up there.
That's crazy. And that's a huge new area of sports marketing is just that digital footprint, photography, videography, and and implementing it with social media. I mean, it changed the game. I mean, it enhances the experience because everybody's hooked up to their phone. So that's cool. Is that something you've been doing while you've been in high school? Like, you just been gravitating towards photography? Do you do a little bit of videography or just strictly photography?
Well, I just do strictly photography, and yeah, I've just been doing it pretty much on the side with my 3 sports, and then next year it'll become more of a bigger role in my career.
Cool.
Nice. Now, NAU, they have you can correct me if I'm wrong. They have downhill skiing, right there, one of their sports.
Yeah, correct.
And I think I read an article on them, on NAU downhill skiing, years ago, and I watched a video. I think they did some in the summer. They were doing like sand skiing or something kind of crazy. I was watching this video on it, and they were quite impressive. So I'm from out west, years ago, and I've been through all those places when I was taking college visits. I really have a spot in my heart for NAU. That's a really cool place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty awesome for you. But photography, sports photography. I mean, I think that's an absolute awesome line to go down. And have you met with Sean Arbo? Has he given you any tips or advice?
Yeah, for sure. We've had a lot of support from the photographers in the area. Mason Kramer, Joshua Strong. He ended up taking a position at North Dakota State, and of course, Sean Arbo has been played an integral role in developing me as a photographer.
I got one more question. You've had pretty decorated athletic career and just overall experience at Minot High. Is there just one time, one event, or one experience that really jumps out more than the rest?
Yeah, for sure. I think the last high school swimming race I ever had was the 400 freestyle relay, and we went into it kind of hoping we'd be able to maybe get close to that state record, and we ended up beating it by 4 seconds, which was a shock, but it was a great way to end the career.
Absolutely.
We'll leave you with one. I used to coach Oscar Holtz, and he's really grown up to be an absolute fantastic kid. He was there at the state basketball leading the cheers for Minot High. Tell him I said hi because he's a really cool kid.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks, Peyton.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Another great episode here on the Spainer and Riggs Show. We had great chat in the high school segment, another great interview for the college segment. You don't want to miss our next episode, so make sure you stay tuned to all of our social media. TikTok is a great episode of the Spainer and Riggs podcast brought to you by the Dakota Networks. We'll see you next time.